from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Take the Lincoln Tuck. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
At the 35-yard line.
On first down, it's Darnold. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Second and 11. Darnold from the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and the 11.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Patriots take over.
So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 68 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morales. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the Jets, 36
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
32-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
3rd and 2, Watson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Watson on first down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
Recovered by the offense.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
A gain of 8 yards.
Out of the gun, Watson. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He is good. Makes the score Patriots 3, Jets 0.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that number 1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes...
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, that's complete to his running back, Kamara. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Alvin Kamara. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Campbell making the catch. He showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Patriots take over.
At their own 28-yard
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, you shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
A loss of 6 yards.
And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, #1, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 11 carries, 54 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they're doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on first down. Hutchins. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Watson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On first down, Hutchins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Watson. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take it across midfield down into jet territory. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
24-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide with...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown.
Jake Elliott set.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
It's 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
23 yards.
23 yards on the play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Watson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
A gain of 6 there on first.
At the 31-yard line. A 6-yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's Braden Mann now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
Keanu Neal. Watson's pass.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Hooking up over the middle with Herndon. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
At the Patriots 28.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. 17-15, the ultimate final score. In the game you're watching, it's Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Morales. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. Hutchins, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up
throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Watson's pass intended for John Ross. Incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So the Patriots coming out now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made by Tanner Muse. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd
From the
and
shotgun
6.
now, here's an inside give. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. That's complete, Okuebunam. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 big yards on that one and a New England first down.
Patriots.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Down at the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
It's 20. Jets 3.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's the Jets punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle made.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Watson. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson. He spots his tight end Keene over the middle. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins, and not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
At the 3-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
Jets 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
out of bounds.
A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around, probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Fresh off the pick six, it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's got his man on the crossing route.
Brother, that's good for the Jets. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Darnold completes it, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Complete.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
To the air again, Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Alexander. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And it's caught by Herndon. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 14. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Again, Darnold. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Brought down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 20.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Williams on the stop. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 25.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
He's brought down at the 39.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. New England on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 18 big yards on that one and a New England first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to give this time to the tailback. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
Isaiah Wynn with a penalty, the former first-round pick back in 2018. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
The tackle.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 19-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Taken down.
That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down.
40-yard attempt.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They